This isn't just a podcast. It's a reminder of what makes America stronger isn't a headline or a hashtag.
It's people, from the ones building our homes to the ones rebuilding their lives.
Veterans, tradesmen, neighbors, and volunteers. Real people doing real things.
Here we find common ground first, and then we work on our differences.
This is the Collective Perspective Podcast,
where purpose, people, and progress meet.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Collective Perspective Podcast. I'm here with my buddy Travis. What's up, Trav?
What's up, everybody? Glad to be back. It's always fun to be here.
Today we're talking about hideous is the eye of the beholder.
It's a little different than beauty is in the eye of the beholder. How did you come up with that?
Well, we explore how reality is perception, and let's face it, who is the one that puts labels on everybody that says something's ugly? I think it's all up to, actually the term is beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but also to determine whether something's beautiful or not, hideous also has to be.
You have to know what's not beautiful, and hideous would be the complete opposite of beauty. Is that kind of the going premise here?
Yeah,
because ugly is they're both of them are not great terms, but it is a different perspective on it.
Well, this episode started because a good friend of mine from back in Spain, when Travis and I were roaming Europe, conquering Europe, Eric, I posted something on Facebook about how it only took $30 for my car. It's a Hyundai Kona, and it's Neotronic yellow. And he goes, yeah, but then you have to drive around in that hideous thing. And my response was, hideous is the eye of the beholder.
And I think it works.
It works because, I mean, let's break it down. What are the things in life we find beautiful or ugly? Usually people. Sometimes someone is not that attractive looking, but the beauty inside them comes out in their personality. Or someone is beautiful and they are sour as the worst grape you ever had in your life. And you want nothing to do with them, but they're beautiful. Does that make them beautiful?
I think it's a complete package. External looks is a gateway, but it's not the complete package. Something can, at first glance, look to be beautiful. I mean, even some of the most beautiful flowers in the world, they look great, but they'll kill you.
Have you ever heard of the term wabi-sabi?
No, but the way you just said it reminded me of which one was it? Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Wabaki.
Wabaki, no.
Wabaki is a flip-flop.
My wife alluded me to this tonight when we were talking about what we're talking about tonight. And it's a Japanese concept that finds beauty and imperfection, in-appearance, and the natural cycle of growth and decay.
So what is it? What is that word again?
Wabi-sabi.
Now that you mentioned
WABI-SABI.
Now that you mentioned that, it reminded me of Japanese pottery, or china, if you will, or fine dishes. If one breaks, they use 24 karat gold to mend it back together to highlight the beauty in the fracture, the beauty in the breakage of it. It changes the appearance of everything. It can't be whole again, but it can also still be mended and functional.
And wabi-sabi even embraces human life. You know, we're obviously born. We live through life. We contract all these diseases, and decay and sickness and illness, and all these things happen to our bodies, and our body slowly decays as we get older, and We lose bone density. Some people lose their mind. But there's a beauty in that life itself, the process.
Because over that time, when things get broken, they do get mended, they do get fixed, things do come back, and they can be better than before. It won't be the same as before, but they can have a better understanding or be stronger for the reinforcement, for the mending of that fracture, of that break, or whatever had happened to them, that sickness, that ailment.
So, how does culture set beauty? I know, I don't know if they're that popular anymore, but I don't know if anybody buying Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions anymore. Does that even exist?
A lot of print stuff, probably. I'm sure it exists, but we don't see it as much because everybody's connected digitally. So where does the culture, or I'm sorry, please say the question again.
How does culture set standards? Who's the one that says that something's beautiful in culture?
That's a very good question. Who does say it? I think that a lot of that comes from these days. You mentioned Sports Illustrated. I think that, yes, they highlighted beautiful women in bathing suits and exotic locales, which really, I think, set the tone for women's what this is probably not going to come off very well, but physique. To have a good physique, Sports Illustrated was a leader in putting out very physically fit people, scantily clad, basically, in bathing suits and whatnot. But that also plays into what culture, or how our cultures have evolved. That was a form of media. It was print media. Now it's a lot of social media, online media, where our cultural likes and dislikes are displayed more readily, I think. I mean, if you think about Andy Warhol, his pictures were very abstract, his paintings were very abstract, and people say that they're beautiful. I don't know enough about judging art to say that that's beautiful, but I can tell you, I can look at which one is it, like a Monet with the sunflowers. I think it's Monet. I don't know art that well, but when I look at a painting done from one of the classic artists, that gives me a sense of beauty and how they did it and what they used and stuff. But I don't know how you could take something like that and then an Andy Warhol or a paint splatter type of art and say, "Oh, that's beautiful. It looks pretty cool." I wouldn't call it beautiful to me. That's my perception of it, though.
So then there's the different classification of this topic, and that is calling people ugly, morally or culturally, feeds division. Let me say that again. What's that?
This is the Monet sunflowers.
So the other spin of that is like how calling how. So the other side of that is calling people ugly, and how that culturally divides us. Maybe not just ugly by appearance, but your idea is ugly. It creates division instead of trying to see the beauty in something or see the positivity in something. If we were just to change the word from pretty to positive or negative or ugly, ugly has that connotation of being negative, being the outsider, being something that somebody doesn't want. But then, it just goes back to the saying, eyes and the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
It really does.
It's all a matter of perception. And I think people, how it creates division is people use ugly as a weapon. They weaponize the word. So you don't believe in what I'm would I say you're ugly. Well, they say other things, but that's basically what they're saying is I don't agree with you. Your opinion is not favorable. It's not beautiful. That's how they would weaponize the word.
No, I see. I see where you're. I think I see where you're going with that. Yeah, ugly can be. Ideas can be ugly. Anything can be ugly, and my thinking of is if something's ugly, it does harm. Something ugly does harm to something, or someone, or someplace. It doesn't matter. It's just a bad thought, a bad exercise, a bad intention. That's an ugly thing. And to be beautiful, oh, that's a great idea. That's a beautiful idea. I've heard, people say that all the time. Not to me, but to other people.
All your ideas are ugly?
No.
Okay.
They're only mediocre.
Your wife never said that was a beautiful idea, Travis?
Only when we booked our hotels overseas.
It's a long time.
It was a couple weeks ago.
No, I mean, it's a long time only getting that.
Oh, no. No, but so to me that's what at least some ugly things could be, or how things could be ugly is just being detrimental.
I think it goes down to the basis of an argument, right? So the basis of an argument, what I'm referring to is before you can decide something is truly ugly, can you try to identify 3 positive things about it? Can you try to find out? Because obviously, if I think it's beautiful and you think it's ugly, then my perspective is a little bit different than yours, and it's just a matter of perception. But what are the 3 things that I like about it the most? Can you, if you don't, or at least can open your mind into thinking that, hey, what are some possibilities? Like, well, maybe they like the color, or maybe they like the way that person makes them feel.
Maybe they like the gas mileage.
Maybe they like the gas mileage, Eric. And maybe I don't like not being able to find my car in parking lots, which I don't have a problem. Except when some other big truck or something parks in front of me and then it's blocked. When I don't see it, I look for those. So, nonetheless, I like that word, nonetheless.
Irregardless.
You know why I like it? Because it's multiple words put together, nonetheless.
So they made more to mean less.
More of it. Anyway, so thoughts can be ugly too. I think, and that's kind of going back to just the mentality of things. And you can have a pretty ugly thought, and it could be pretty substantial. But do you exercise that ugly thought, or do you have self-control? And see how I'm going back?
Yeah, we just talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, last week.
That's right.
And so there can be a lot of beauty in that. I don't know. I was rambling on now, I think.
No, so what could be some examples of beauty or hideousness or ugliness, say in music?
I think if music, something ugly in music, it might be like a lyrical thing. Or let's face it, the cowbell only works for one song.
What song might that be?
I've only heard it really good in one song. And then even when you notice it's there, it's just kind of like, God, this is hideous.
And there again, it's in the eye of the beholder, right? Because music, while I'm not going to like every style of music, and some of it, you're right. I think a lot of times it's more the lyrics, because if I don't understand it, or if if it takes you to a dark place, I don't want to be in a dark place singing a song and like, oh, I like this song. No, that's, to me, music is a release. It should make me feel good, feel happy, or express my current mood, so that I can get it out in the public, get it out there, get it out of me, so I can feel better. So for
Kind of like
music,
a fart.
kind of like a fart. Yeah. So for me, music, yeah, to me, there can be ugly music, because I'm not a huge fan of all types of country. I'm not a huge fan of all types of rap. Do I like it? Yeah, I like both. But that's not my go-to music. I mean, I've more times than not, I'm listening to two things. Now it's considered classic rock or techno. Those are the two types.
What is your version of classic rock?
Well, I say now's version of classic rock would be our grunge.
Now is in the publication now.
No, as in not no.
Current,
I know
as in
that
current.
currently, our the music we listened to growing up is now considered classic,
There used to be a compilation called Now.
and that was all
And it would be
electronic
every year.
music.
Would
No,
it be?
it would have summer hits, techno hits. It would have your club hits. It would have all these different stuff.
I think they have all genres.
Now hear this, or now music, or something like that. But
Let's stop talking about it now.
exactly. But yeah, that's my take on good versus bad. Anyway,
Well, there's also self-reflection. So
another good topic we had.
I see myself as overweight. Somebody else will be like, "No, man, you look great." I'm like, "Nah, man, I need to lose some weight."
Yeah, I feel the same way about you.
Thanks. That was a very ugly side of you.
Yeah. Well, we got to get these examples in somehow.
Right. You know what my favorite was? The dad voice. That had me cracking up. You could be ugly. You can show your ugly face.
All right, show me your war face.
You know, a lot of times it's not really, this is your beautiful side, and you show your ass. That's the ugly side of you. You know, that's another thing too, is like the ugly side of your personality. Do you?
Yeah, I think we both all
How
have
much
that.
of an ugly side of the personality you have? I guess this is kind of like your quirks. What gets your juices flowing? But I can tell you that even exercise and gentleness, which is a previous episode, it taught me self-control. To notice that, hey, this is a trivial thing to argue about, and this could turn really ugly, or I can keep it beautiful and simple, and just not a factor in my life. You know. Do you like how I spun that all around? It was like a washing machine of.
I'm
our
a little
last
dizzy after
4
that.
topics. But all of this is what we're talking ties together, I feel.
It does.
Even interviewing Edwin a couple weeks ago, he's a prime example of a contributor to society and contributing to the future of many youngsters, people doing what we're doing here and beyond. So, your body's image is also, like I was saying, we need to lose some weight. I'm working on it.
And that right there again, we can.
But to me, it's it's ugly.
We have to exercise a little bit more self-control, though.
Right. We're just a big washing machine of topics here.
And have you actually really ever seen? We've only seen reflections and videos and images of ourselves. We've never seen ourselves live.
It's true. That's kind of hard to do it. Well, wait, we can see each
That's
other live.
still a picture, though. It's an
I
image.
can see my hand.
Yeah, but you can't see your face.
I can see my nose.
I can see my lips. But yeah, body image, absolutely. I feel bad about that's something that I obsess over, because at one point I was running half marathons. I did a half Ironman, and now it hurts to walk around the block. My heels, I've got, it's just, reflecting on myself. How can I make myself better? How can I spin that to be positive, to make it more beautiful again and get back into those things? I think some of our previous topic, self-control, will help me get back there. Could help, to get back to that beautiful place, that beautiful mindset of being where I want to be.
It's funny you say that. There was a friend of mine on YouTube, on Facebook, and he just had a very ugly perception of life. Like, I'm just waiting for the rapture. I'm like, wow. Have you thought about I told him, hey man, do you want to go hiking with me? Because I can guarantee you, if you change the lens of how you see the world, your world will change. And so that might just be not going on Facebook for a week. We talked about that. That's what's called burnout. And what I wanted to do about hiking was to take them away from all digital concepts. Like, okay, taking a picture and that stuff like that, that's something different. But what I'm talking about is take you away from technology to where you could go back to a time, and some of these people watching this show don't know what it's like to be in complete isolation, and that beauty comes from within. And it's how you see yourself and how you carry yourself that makes everything else around you beautiful.
And to your point on that, I think that's a great idea. We have been so plugged in most of our lives that we've forgotten what beauty is to us. We're fed beauty on little 4-inch, 6-inch screens, or our big 85-inch mega TV that we have. When you unplug and get away from that, you kind of reflect and like, wow, I'm missing out on a lot of stuff. The TV does this, or the little gadget in the palm of my hand does no justice to this. It gives me a new perspective. Maybe I can look at things in a different light and judge what's beautiful for myself differently than what's being shoved down my throat based on, an algorithm.
And this gentleman seemed like, well, it's just, the world is trash. Like, this world is ugly. Well, if you were to take the world out of it and just isolate yourself in nature, you would see that it's actually not ugly. It's beautiful. And it's humans that add negativity and don't have self-control that make it ugly. So on that, we'd like to have you like, share, comment down below.
Let us know your thoughts on what you find.
Yeah, give us some ideas. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Let us know what you find ugly or beautiful or hideous, as the name of the episode implies.
And by all means, be nice to someone. Be beautiful to them. Don't be ugly. With that note, we peace out.